Hello everyone, this is CY once again. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to do a slightly different video. I'm going to show you how I will clean up generally an espresso machines, and this will be the customers' machines which has been used for I think 2 or 3 years. I will let the picture or the video show its state of condition and then how we restore it. And I'm not going to use any chemical agents if I can, except to wash the group and then also to lubricate the group. So without further ado, let's see how we do that. First of all, this is the machine that we are going to try to restore. So I'm just going to show you around the state of the machine that's currently in. Right, you can see there's a lot of stains on the drip tray, cup warming tray. And then the stainless steel is still very good. This is none other than the quick Mill Rubino, which we carries. The group, actually you can see this side has already been cleaned up. We already done some cleaning on this, and this is actually the state of arrival, how the state is. And you can see, yes, this is the condition of the machines inside the drip tray. Right. Oh, this is rather squeaky, so I'm going to lubricate the group as well. Overall, the condition isn't bad, right? And the customer also complained that the group is leaking, and that means that the gasket will need to be changed out as well. So these are the few things I'm going to perform. So first, let's do some cleaning on the surface. Right, so first, you can get something like this, right? It has to be smooth, so it has to be a worn sort of a sponge cleaner that you use for your kitchen, right? It shouldn't be too rough, right? So that it will scratch your stainless steel surface. So this has been used and worn. So the best is you get those used up one, and then you give it a deep clean, and you use this to clean up your espresso machine on the exterior. So I'm going to show you how it can be done effectively. So this is already damp with water, right? So I will get a dry cloth, and then you will see the difference it makes. So you can see, let me zoom in. I hope it give you a good view of this. Oh, wait. So you can see there's a lot of mark, especially you can see over the years has been used without cleaning well. So you can see there's a lot of water stain and mark over there. So very simple, damp this, right? You can use a little bit of baking soda if you want to, but let me try without baking soda and see whether we can get it cleaned up. So just a gentle scuff, a gentle rub, right? This will actually remove all the tar stain that you just can't get rid of. And remember to do this when it's cold, not when it's hot. So just scuff it around, right? Gently, we don't want you apply too much force, right? So this is just pure water and nothing else, right? So just try to move around the area, right? Right, immediately when I dry this up, you will see a completely different machine. It will look as new as it goes. Right, look at that. So it is has already returned to a very shiny state without the use of any chemical whatsoever. Right, of course chemical agents will make it faster, but at the same time it may also causes, you know, some corrosion to the surface or staining the surface. So you can see without using any chemical, I've already restored the group to mirror finishing. And now I can also proceed to do on the top of the group. So the same thing, just a gentle rub. Right, you can find this very cheaply everywhere. Right, so let's just move around the corner. Right, should be those that's pretty worn one. Right, so there's you can actually bend it easily. Okay, so use a dry cloth, just clean it up. You will see a very big difference when I dried it. Right, you can see. Also, if you have some corners, just use the side. Right, to get rid of the hard stain. Okay, clean up. You can see I'm not using any chemical, just water. Okay, so it's already pretty clean. Okay, so you can still see some stains over here at the corner, so we'll repeat that. I'm not too sure a toothbrush will do an equally good job, but it's worth a try, because these are the corners that it's a little bit hard to reach at the finger, but the space should still be enough for us to reach there. Okay, and then you can actually use this to sort of do a polish. Right? Okay, I will say almost 90%. So you can see a very big difference after we clean it. Right, then let's move on to the other parts. You can see it's very sticky. Probably this machine has been used in the kitchen, so I can see some oil stain. So if you want, you can actually use a little bit of soap, you know, the dishwashing soap. Right, that will actually remove the oil stain. But right now I'm not using, because I believe it should be able to clean up. Okay, so slowly it will restore the machine back to 90% of the original condition. Right, same thing here. Right, we'll just move around here. Right, I'm very tempted to use Espresso or something like that to polish the stainless steel, but I think there's no need for you to fully restore all the scuff mark. I believe some of the scuff marks actually make the machine looks more nostalgic and authentic. Yeah, it has show signs of wear, which is perfectly normal for any espresso machines. Right, so this scuff mark is pretty normal. Right, so you can see we already restore it, and then I'm going to wash this quickly and then come back to clean the top. Right, you don't want this thing to be too wet. Right, so I'm going to move the camera slightly back, right, so that you can see a better view. Right, in the quick Mill Rubino, there's these two plastic, so usually I'll remove them first, so that I will not damage this. But they are kind of a little bit hard to install back, but I think should be fine. Right, so these are the protector, so that it doesn't scratch your hands. So let's just do a quick cleaning. Right, you can see there's a lot of scuff mark. I think this is because the customer placed their cups and then it drags around. So I'll go by circular motion. Right, usually it shouldn't be rusting. So some of the stain is probably due to coffee and not due to rusting of the surfaces. Alright, so now let's dry it up. Okay, this cloth is not the best at absorbing the moisture. Right, I'm sure there are ways to clean out this better. All these scratches is due to the original condition, and it's not introduced by this material. This material will not be actually leave behind any scuff mark. Right. So what my job is to return, is to remove all the stain as much as possible. Right. And this is not the requirement from the customer, but usually I can't stand it myself, seeing the machine in this condition. So usually I will tend to clean them up if I can. And this is also pretty easy for you to clean the sides. Just be careful not to cut yourself, because some of the corners can be pretty sharp. Right, and then you just use your cloth. Right, just clean it up. Right. So it is already much better than before. So same thing on this side. Because I want the customer who sent this machine in for servicing, when they receive this back, not only the function has been restored, the looks is also being restored to a certain quality as compared to the new condition. Alright, so you can see most of the corners are clean. Okay, some of the tough corners at the side can be a little bit stubborn to be removed. So we can still do it with this this cleaner, or what do we call this? A polisher or something? Yeah. I think this is actually from one of our dishwashing something from the Scotch-Brite or something. Yeah, that's the brand I think. But this is the one with handles. Okay, so let's move to this side, right, to show you the before and after. Right, so you can see there's a lot of stain. So move this around. Right, you do not need any cleaning agent at all. Okay, dry it up. Okay, you can see it's as good as new. And now the side and the back. Okay, so you can see how good the quality of the steel is. Right, restore back to almost mirror finishing condition. So now let's go to the face of the machine. So I'm going to tilt it up so that it gives you a better look. Let's start from the side here. So I really like the build quality of the quick mill. Right, they really make sure that their stainless steel is polished very well. So you can see that the stain are very easy to remove, and you should restore the mirror finishing, at least on the side, if there's not too many scuff marks. Right, so you can see there are some scratches, but you can see how clean it is now. So now let's move over to this side. Alright, we do the same. You can see how much stain are there here. Not too sure whether you can see. Right, same thing. Gently. Right, scuff it around. And then we just wipe down. Okay, so it's almost back to mirror finishing. And you can see the gunk here. This is the milk stain that has been there without proper cleaning. So this is what happened, right? If you don't clean your steamer, your milk frother well, you can see how much milk is being kicked up there. And this will be a little bit difficult to remove, but we'll try to remove with the same material with a little bit, I would say, a rougher kind of scrub. And let's see whether we can get rid of this stain. Right, I will extend this. Right, stabilize my tripod. Okay, let's see whether we can focus on this. Okay, so with this, I will need to wet my sponge a little bit more. Wow, the stain is really tough, right? So I think with this, we need to use, we probably need to use a penknife to scrape off. But using a penknife may actually scratch the surface, but we're going to give it a try. Okay, I think let's continue to scrub it to see whether it comes out. It's really tough, right? So this is, please remember to clean your milk frother. Okay, it's coming off, but it's coming off very, very slowly, because this has been there for, I think, at least 2 years. Right, so the kick up is really bad. Yep, it's coming off. Okay, let me clean up the scrub and then we come back again. Alright, let's have a second go. You probably can submerge this in hot water, right? Soften it a little bit before you scrub it, so the cleaning may be a little bit easier. Right, there's still quite a lot of stain on this side. Right, I didn't want to use a penknife to scrape it because I scared it will scratch. So we just have to be patient, right? To slowly wear it off. You see the milk? 2 years of milk.
What's that?
Milk stain.
Bruh.
Yeah.
This thing count or not?
Can, slowly.
You put hot water or
Yeah,
pizza.
it's possible. Must use the blue color liquid, the milk dissolver.
Pizza cannot.
Okay, cannot. This one not Kavisa's job. Maybe lah, but never mind. I'll just brute force. Okay, now I'm using my fingernail to scratch it. Yeah, but it's still okay. You can see it's coming off nicely, right? As my my main barista says, you can Kavisa is not the solution for this, right? You can't use Kavisa to clean off the milk stain. You have to use the milk dissolver, right? Which we do have, but I'm just too lazy to get it. Okay, mostly I would say that it's 90% clean. Just have another go and it should be back to its former glory. At this time, actually, it'll be good if I introduce a little bit of baking soda. Right, so let me get the baking soda. Right, just a little bit. Increase the friction. Right, just a little bit will do. Don't need to be a lot. Right, and then this will improve the friction, and then will speed up actually the cleaning process. Right, you can see it's off already. Right, so let's check the other side. You can see the stain is still there. Okay, we need a little bit more baking soda. Right. Okay, slowly coming off. I'm sure there are more effective way of cleaning this. So if you have any other way of doing this better, right, please leave your comment down so that the viewer of this video can actually benefit from this. If this is your problem, right? So this milk, I believe, has been kicked up over 2 years, right? That's why it's a very tough stain. Right, even the bottom, right, of the nozzle has a milk stain there. So we also give you a scrub. Make sure everything is removed. Okay, so I think it's back to its former glory. Okay, now we just have to give a wipe down. Right, same thing, I'm just going to clean up the top. Right. Alright, so it's back to new. Okay, so it's quite satisfying actually. Okay, so now we clean up the remaining of the tube, and then we'll get to clean up the surface, the lever and everything else. And before that, I think I will do in another video how we do the lubrications and things like that. I'm not too sure whether I will be doing a video on that, but at least this is how we clean the exterior of the machine. Okay, so now we push this aside, and then now we get to the surface. Right. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm quite OCD about my machines. I can't stand my machine having like water stain and things like that. Okay, so yeah, that's me. So I will have to scrub it. Right, and you can see how much it has been improved after we just wipe dry it. Right, this cloth is not even that clean, right? Because remember the milk stain, right? But you will see a very big difference. Right, I would say it's pretty good already, right? At least on the surface. Okay, so this side is clean. Now let's get over to the other side. Okay, so the same thing. This is probably not being used that often. Same thing, we just give you a scrub. Wipe it dry. Later I'll be changing out the cloth because this cloth has already got the sodium bicarbonate there, which is the baking soda. Right. Anyway, baking soda is a very good cleaning agent. Right, I use it to clean my sink, clean my washing machines. Right, this part I'll be disassembling later. Right, to lubricate. But well, before we do that, let's just do a quick cleanup. Oh, I think something dropped out. There's a cap here. So let's push it back. This part. Okay. Okay, it's back. Okay, so we have cleaned it thoroughly. Right, so now let's move this open and move it away so that we can clean the back. Especially this part is where the three-way solenoid valve purge out the water. So this part is usually has got water stain. Right, so not difficult for you to do. You have no idea how satisfying this can be. Right, so if you don't do it yourself, you can pay us to do it for you. Okay, so this is really. Can you see any difference before we clean and then after we start? Right, so this is the condition of it. Right, okay, so now we will clean the side panel. Right, but before that, again, we need to clean the green color scrubbing material. Okay. All the tar stain will actually come out, right, as long as it's not too deep of scratch. Okay, let me get another cloth. Right, so you can see how good the material is. It's back to mirror finishing. Okay, and if you see any more tar stain, just use this to scrub it. Look at that. Mirror finishing, right? I can even see my own reflections, right? So it's perfect now. So now let's move back here to clean up the other surface. Okay, maybe I should zoom in to let you see the original condition. Can you see this stain here? Fingerprint. Right, it's pretty dirty at the side here. Watermark. Right, stains. So let's use the same method to clean them up. Some of these are actually oil from your hand. So right now I will use a little bit of soap because that's the best way to remove the oil. Right, just a little bit of the soap and then you scrub it. Right, this is to remove the oil stain that's on this body. So now this is the first time I'm using a sort of a cleaning agent other than the baking soda to clean, because I didn't want to use baking soda on this surface because it actually increases the friction, and that will actually means increasing the chance of, you know, scratching the surface. Okay, let's wash this off and do it one more time. Okay, if you find this video boring of me cleaning the machines, please don't watch this video, right? It's quite a boring video, right? It's just about me cleaning the machine up. Right, there are some some viewers, not customers, sorry, say that no, who will watch the video that's so long. Right, I'm not too sure anybody will watch it. It does not matter. Right, I'm just recording. I mean, a way to document my own journey of what I do. Right, and if people want to watch it, they can watch it. If they don't want to, right, just move on to the next video. Okay, how is that? Okay, you can see all the stains are gone. Right, back to almost mirror finishing. Right, of course you can still see some scuff mark, but that's because there's some deeper scratches. But now I'm going to show you around the machine. Right, this is after we have cleaned them up. Of course, there's still the drip tray to clean, but that will be the last thing I'm going to clean. Right, you can see that there's actually water getting into the meter. There's some water that's got inside, probably steam, and it has some sort of deposit. But that is something that we can't do because you need to remove the entire meter. Right. Right, so pretty much it's back. This is something that we do when the customer send in their machine for servicing. Other than you know, just cleaning the group, switching out the gasket, lubricate the you know, which we'll need to disassemble and clean up and lubricate inside, because you can see this is still pretty smooth actually. So actually there's no need for lubrications. This is still pretty smooth. You don't hear the squeaking sound. There's a little bit of squeaking sound, but I don't think you need to lubricate this yet because it's still very smooth, right? But the customer complained that the gasket is leaking, right? And the main reason why the gasket is leaking because of the rubber, right? The gasket is made of rubber material. It's not silicone, right? This is the stock gasket. I don't believe it has been changed before. It has been hardened over, you know, repeated heating. So this will need to be changed out later on. So I'll probably show you how we change it, and then at the same time see how clean or how dirty it gets underneath the group shower screen. Right, so let's do that. Right, so you need a tool, right? If you don't have a tool, it'll be a little bit more difficult. But if you have this tool, it'll be a lot easier for you to remove the group. So the tool is something like this. Right, so because we're going to replace this, so this will be we will be damaging the hard, you know, rubber that's behind. So I'm just going to push in, and then I'm just going to pull it out. Okay, this is the rubber has already hardened thoroughly. So we're going to switch our method. I'm using a screwdriver, a flathead, to try to, you know, pop it out, right? So it can be taken out quite easily. Right, let's moment of truth. Let's see how clean and how dirty it is. Oh my god. Right, you can see this, how, right, this is really bad. And you can see this is the reason why the poly filter, when you lock in, is you know, it's leaking water. That's because the rubber gasket has already totally been worn, and the gasket is very dirty. So this is what you do with Cavisa. You soak with Cavisa and you'll be clean instantly. Or I will not say instantly, you'll be clean pretty quickly, right? So let's do that. Let's get a Cavisa tablets or powder form, and then we soak it and it should be clean. Right, so this is the brand that we use for the disc cleaner. So I'm going to show you what we do. Right, first of all, I will be getting let me see, I should get something transparent so you can see. Right, so I'll get a transparent cup. Okay, first let's pour some a teaspoon, right, of Cavisa powder. And then I'm going to use warm water because it will be faster. So let me get some hot water, right? Okay, you hear the running tap because my tap is actually hot. My tap has hot and cold water, so you will not see this on camera. But what I'm actually feeling is hot water, right? So this is the kafiza with hot water, and then we just drop this inside. Well, I'm going to get a spoon to stir it. Remember the before, so that's how dirty it is just now. And now it gets stuck, so I have to use my hand. Oh, it's pretty hot. Right, so let's soak it sideways so they can see, right? So this is going to be a very long and boring video, right? So if you don't feel like watching this, please just scroll to the next video. Right, later this will be clean, and with this scrub you can actually clean off all the stain that's behind, right? And at the same time you can see when I remove the gasket, these are the I'm not too sure whether this is the fine coffee powder or the coffee that's been stuck and dry repeatedly, or is it due to the you know, the broken rubber, right? So this is already broken, so we need to replace this a new one. And now let's see underneath the group, right? It's also very dirty, right? So later on we will use the same solution, and then we will use this to scrub it so that it's clean, right? So while waiting, I will just do it together, right? You can see me dipping my scrub into kafiza, right? And I'm just going to run it underneath, right? So now you can see the before and after. Remember to do this while it's cold. Right, I can't see it from the underneath, but the video will record how good of a job kafiza is in cleaning this. Oh my god, what a drastic difference, right? Can you see the before and after? Right, so let's just clean this up. You can see even the cloth has got black stain on it. These are all the coffee that's been kicked up. Ooh, so hot. So if you send the machine in for servicing, this is what we do to restore the machine back. Okay, let's clean away all the stain. Dry it. So I have a wet cloth and a clean cloth, right? Right, the last thing I want to clean is actually this part here. The group is still pretty much lubricated, so I'm not going to do any lubrication. You can see that the customer didn't backflush. So the advantage of not backflushing is that your group will still be lubricated. But the disadvantage of not backflushing is that you have a very dirty group, right? So it's, I don't know, right? I think you don't have to backflush very regularly, but you must at least do some backflushing to remove the, you know, all the coffee deposit that's there. If not, your machines will be, I think the coffee that you taste will have some remnants of the taste from the previous cup. Worse is the really burnt and the burnt coffee deposit that's there, right? Okay, so we also take time to clean the lower part of the group, right? My god, you can see how black it is, right? So with this, I'm not going to use my wet cloth to clean. I'm just going to use my damp cloth to sort of clean the side. Right, by right, I should be using a scrub. Right, you can see the cloth is actually black in color. Okay, so now the group is clean, and now it's time to check back onto the shower screen. This I'll be cleaning over at the a sink, right? So let me bring it over to the sink, right? And I'll bring this along. Right, so remove this. You can see the tar stain, right? So I will get my green color scrub, right? And I'm gonna scrub it. Right, so this is before, right? You can see how black the water is, right? And this is after. Don't cut yourself. Make sure you wrap it this way. Right? Okay. So it's almost back to as good the condition as it can be. Right? So I'm trying to clean up as much gunk as possible. Right? You can see there's still some black stain there. Right? This you really have to use a toothbrush. Next, we'll be using the original quick mill gaskets, which is rubber, right? And we're going to replace it. But there's one very important step if you want to install this, right? First of all, this gasket has got two sides to it. Do you see there's one side that's chamfer and there's one side that is flat? So remember, your chamfer side has to be facing up, right? And before you put this on, right? Make sure you grease this around. Right, so I'm going to use a food grade grease. Right, to put at the side. Right, and also at the side of the gasket. Right, so that you will make the insertion of the gasket a lot easier. Right, you don't have to use a lot. Right, just make sure that it's spread evenly. Right, so this is already done. So let me just clean my hand up. I don't want to leave the grease everywhere on the machine. Okay, so make sure you face the correct side, which is the chamfer side should be facing up. So this is the, let me see, this is the flat side, this is the chamfer side. Right, so this should be facing up here. We will push it in. Right, and using the same flat head screwdriver, right, we're going to insert the gasket back. Right, there are many ways to do this, but this is just my preferred way. Gently push it up. Right, you can use your finger, right, or your screwdriver to push it up. Gently, otherwise you'll risk damaging the gasket. And then once you have inserted mostly, what you need next is a portafilter with a lock basket. Right, so you just push it in. Right, use this as a guide, and you'll know whether you have inserted this correctly. So everything is in. Right. Okay, so everything is good. Right, so you know this is fully installed. Alright, so now we will be firing this machine up to do a final flush, and then we will do a simple back flush on this machine, and then the machine is good to go back to the owner. Now we will fill the machine with water, and then we will fire up the machine, and then we'll wait for it to be heated. Okay, so let's fire up the machine, connect the machine with power. Right, so basically it's done, and the last thing I'm going to clean is the drip tray, and that will be the last part of this entire video. Right, and there's one more thing which I would like to clean, right, which is actually the knob. I'm not very happy with this knob. Just clean it. I think it's not too dirty, so I don't have to scrub it. Right, then I use a dry one to clean. Right, so everything is back, and then now we just wait for the machine to heat up, and then we do some simple back flushing. I can see there's still some mark over here, so before the group gets hot, right, just clean it down. Yeah, and pretty much we are almost done. Right, so after about 10 minutes, the machine is pretty fast in heating up. We have to reach about 1.4 bars of pressure, right, which is still in the green zone. Right, let me get the camera focus on. Right, the meter is still working perfectly. So now let's test the steam. Working very well. Right, the hot water one, still doing well. Most importantly is we flush the group. Right, let's do a half flush. You can see half flush works on the quick Mill Rubino. Full flush. Beautiful. I can see the shower screen is beautifully clean. Right, it's no more deposit, and I will not be back flushing this unit because the entire group has been cleaned. Right, and lastly, we're going to try to put our portafilter in to make sure there's no leak. Right, water is coming out from the spout. Right, show no signs of leaking and whatsoever. Right, and the lever is still as smooth. It's still very smooth, so I will not be doing the back flushing of this unit. Alright, so thanks for watching this very long and boring video about me cleaning the machine up. If you have a machine that's similar to mine or my customer's one, maybe it's still time for you to care for your baby, which makes your delicious coffee. So you just have to clean it regularly, and one deep clean is more than enough to last you for many months. And after that, you just have to do a simple cleaning every day after you use the machine. Just wipe it down with clean water, and that's all it takes. Machine sparkling and like new. Alright, so with that, thanks for watching my video, and I'll hope to see you in the next video very soon. I have a very interesting pot machine that's coming in, and I'll be doing an unboxing video in the following one. This pot machine can use the Espresso pot, can use the is it the Nestle Gusto machines, the pots, which is different design. It can also grind, I believe it can also grind your own coffee bean and into ground, and then you can use the pot. You can actually use the coffee ground into the pot and use the pot machine to extract coffee. And at the same time, you can also froth milk. So it's pretty exciting, and please wait for the next video, which is going to be that one. And then please do remember to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share with your friends if your friends are as nerdy as we get, as a cleaning freak as we do. Yeah, I just love cleaning our machines up. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.